Ooh. So how do I know that God is real? Part 3. This part 3. Third testimony. So this story didn't have to do directly with me. However, I was part of the process. So what had happened was, so I was working at the call center job. And I'm not going to give real names or anything like that. So I'm going to give some false names along the way. But the person that I was talking to at the call center job, like, let me take a step back. So at the call center job, you get 3 breaks. You get the first break, you get a lunch, and then you get a third break. So most jobs are like that. So at my first break, I was talking to a person. I'm a social butterfly. I talk to everybody. So if you're working with me, you're talking to me. So that just happens. But we don't have to be the best of friends and all that. I'm just gonna say hello. That's just how I was taught. That's how I was brought up. So anywho, I was talking to this woman who was at the front desk of the call center job. She wasn't on the call floor, so she didn't have to do anything with the calls. Blah blah blah. She was like an administrator. Let's call her Jenny. Let's call her Jenny. So just like Forrest Gump, Jenny. I mean, I'm not gonna go there, but let's call Jenny. So Jenny had a certain situation. So like, I talk to people all the time. I'm like, if you need prayer, let me know. And I was praying for all sorts of people at work. But at this time, I was talking to Jenny, and she said that she had this really big issue that happened where her son, who was autistic, let's call him Ryan. There's Jenny, and then there's Ryan. And so Ryan couldn't do very many things. Like, he is developmental disability. It's pretty much like where I'm working right now. And so Ryan didn't do anything wrong. But the government had been hacked and said that somebody named Ryan's last name, pointing to him, had stolen $90,000 from the government. And mind you, Jenny uses the benefits for Ryan to help take care of him in other ways. Like, sure, she worked at the call center job, but she needed extra. There's times when you need a little bit of extra to do certain things. I don't know what she did. I don't know what that was consisted of. I don't know why she needed the money. That's not the point. The point is, she used to get the money, she had the benefits, and she lost them because all of a sudden the government was saying Ryan had hacked the system. So she did everything in her power to prove that, number one, Ryan isn't even capable of doing that, according to what Ryan's situation was like in his condition, or you know what I mean, the things that he couldn't do so well. But I decided to pray for her. I asked her if she wanted prayer. She said, please pray for me. So I started to pray for her, and I was just doing what I normally do, just like, God, please help Jenny with this situation. She's really in dire straits. And the way that she explained it to me, like, she has so many things, so many bills to take care of, and she really needs the benefits, the governmental benefits. And so it was just a lot on her plate, a lot of stress that she was going through. And I could see her like at the front desk, and it was just kind of like I could just tell something was off. But I just asked, and that's when she explained everything to me. So long story short, I continue to pray for her. Like, once you pray, like, God's going to do it. You pray with petition and you continue to pray. That's true. But I would just ask her every so often, every next day or day after. I'm like, has there been any movement? Has the government made any updates or revelations about what's what? And so she's like, no, but they have all the proof to say that Ryan can't do it, but they just won't accept it. Like, they just like dwindling their thumbs. You know what I mean? It's like, how the government does. It's like they don't move quickly for nothing. And so I would just keep praying for her day after day after day. And each day she was just getting a little bit more stressed and strained. And I was just like, it's going to be okay. God never fails. Okay, he never fails. Not once. If you pray and you ask him for something, he will come through. He will come through. Believe it, believe it, believe it. I kept telling her to just believe, believe, believe. Mind you, I wasn't even sure if she was a Christian or if she was saved by God. I didn't ask those questions. I wasn't concerned about that. What I had was a friend who needed help, and I decided to pray for them. Their conditions and their relationship with God has nothing to do with me. Has nothing to do with me. I don't know what's going on with them. Sure, I want them to be saved, but it's up to them. Now, she seemed to be very, very aware of God, or at least all the talk that I talk about God. So she knew who he was, and we just continued to pray and continued to pray and continued to pray, and I continued to ask. I mean, I was trying not to be, a hindrance, so I would just ask like every other day, has there been any changes? And then all of a sudden, I kind of forgot about it after a while because it had been so long. And one day she just comes up and she says, I got the money. I was like, what? What? I got the money. I was like, wow. So you got the money. Okay, great. So did they clarify everything? She's like, no, it's not fully fully clarified. They haven't completely cleared them, but they are sending the money now. And that's what I needed the most. And I was like, man, he never fails. He never fails. Never. Okay? If you pray for something and you pray with petition, I'm sure she was praying more than I was, but I was still continue to pray for her. You know what I mean? I'm only human. I can't, there's so many things I could do for certain situations and stuff like that, but I did my best to continue to pray for her and keep her in mind and to continue to pray and keep it in spirit and in truth. So I continued to talk to God. I said, I know you can do this. I know you will do this. I know you can. I have confidence in you. I'll come boldly to the throne of grace, asking for something for my friend. You said that if 2 or 3 come into prayer, you will be there within them, between them, and you will help pass on those things to be. Because we can do all things through Christ. We can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. And that is so true. So, all in all, she eventually got her whole thing cleared up, got the money back, and she's doing just fine. At least that was the last I talked to her. I don't work at the job anymore, but I just tell you that that's what happened. And she wanted to keep up with me. She gave me a Post-it note with her phone number, but some kind of way I lost it. It happens. But anywho, Jenny, I'm praying is still in good condition, still good standing with everything, because she fought really long and hard to get that situation remedied. And I pray Ryan is doing well as well. So all in all, it's just, God is amazing. He is beautiful. He is great. He is grand. He never fails. He never fails. It may take a long time. May not be on your time, but it's going to be on the right time, on his time. So, nonetheless, it was a great story, a great situation, and it really happened. I also pray for multiple people at that company, at the call center job. I think I prayed for Paul, and he was hurting all around. The first time I talked to Paul, I had never talked to him before. I didn't even know he worked there, and he works in the call center, and he's an older guy, and he said he's got pain all over his body, and he doesn't know what it is. And he said he talked to the doctor, and the doctor said, yeah, you got a whole bunch of stuff going on. And he didn't know what to do. And he was scared, he was nervous, and he was scared that he was going to die. I prayed for him too. I prayed for him the first time I worked for the call center, because I worked for the call center twice. And the second time I worked for the call center, I was helping Jenny. And the first time I helped with Paul. And so and I was also praying for Beverly. Oh, I gave him another name. But Beverly, I helped her as well, because she couldn't work with the call center anymore. They changed the hours, and so she was praying. She was asking me for prayer for her to get a job. And she got a job. Paul got better. Jenny got better. God never fails. He's always there. So don't tell me you don't believe. If you don't believe, that's fine with you. I mean, that's between you and him. But all I'm telling you is he is real. He is there. And I'm in this car, which I prayed for. I'm so grateful for that. And I'm praying for AC now. But all in due time. All in due time. So, all in all, God is real. He is there. He exists. It's real. It's real. It's real. You just got to believe. Just believe. Just believe. Okay? Remember, subscribe and press the like button if you like this story. I mean, it goes a lot deeper than what I'm telling you, but I mean, we're already at 10 minutes. So, but you guys have a wonderful day. I pray everybody that's listening to these stories, I pray that you get touched, that you are touched, and that you are blessed beyond measure. And whatever it is that you're going through, I pray God helps you survive and overcome and thrive. Not just survive, but thrive. With he said he comes with abundance, abundant living. Okay? So all these things I pray in Jesus' holy name. I know it will be done. And it is already done. It is already done. Okay? I love you guys. Take care. And please stay cool, which I'm about to get back in the building because it is just, I'm just, woo.